My name is Adewura Eleboda, also known as Alata Suesue and All Gold. So I'm originally from Nigeria, from a state called Kogi State.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm from a tribe called Yoruba tribe of Nigeria, and I came to Kenya in 2016 for school. I studied criminal justice and security management at African Nigerian University. I would say I started my business from school. I used to bake cupcakes and then take it around the hostels asking people to buy. So I guess that's where I started my business from. Then from there I proceeded to now making Nigerian food, because we would have those get-togethers and events. The Nigerian students in school, we would all get together and I would cook and everybody would be like, oh my god, I like your food, this food is so nice.
Meet the famously known Alata Suesue, who runs a flourishing seafood boil business in Kenya, being a Nigerian. Today she is going to be taking us through her story and her journey. For a few years, I used to cook from home. Then I opened a restaurant at Karen Ob Mall. I think that was 2023. Although the Kenyan economy and a few other things, I had to close the restaurant. So after closing the restaurant, that's when I decided, okay, what can I do? Because I felt like there were so many Nigerian restaurants here already, so many people cooking food. So I was like, what can I do? Something different, something that's really, of course, food is my passion. So something relating to food. Then I was like, seafood, because I used to make seafood boil for people, but just friends, and they used to love it. So I was like, okay, let me try. And I used to watch this Instagram, you know, those mukbangs of seafood boil, and I was like, okay, let me try. So I started my own version of like the seafood boil bags, and people loved it. So here we are today.
How was your experience? Was there a culture shock or things that you got to learn?
Yes, there were a lot of culture shock. Okay, when I first got here, I was in the hostels, school hostels, and I had to leave the hostels and go outside school because food, like the food is so different. You know, we eat a lot of chili. Kenyans don't eat chili. The food was so different. So it was like, oh my God, that was the first culture shock. Then I would say also Kenyans are kind of more quiet than Nigerians. I think because we don't have a lot of electricity in Nigeria. So we used to switch on the generator. So everybody had to talk over themselves, so I used to talking loudly. So here I think people are more soft-spoken.
And what are some of the major differences of running businesses in Kenya and in Nigeria? Here Alata tells us more.
Honestly, I can't say much about that because I got here at a very young age. I think I was 17 years old when I came to Kenya, and I didn't really have any opportunity to do business in Nigeria, so I don't really know much. But I would say from what I've read, like about doing business in Nigeria and doing business here, I think we have a governmental problem when it comes to businesses, especially for young entrepreneurs. Like, I opened the restaurant here and I had to close it down because it was expensive. There was just so many rules. It's not easy for somebody that is a young entrepreneur that doesn't have like so many people bankrolling them to open a business and keep it thriving. So it's also the same in Nigeria. There are so many policies that work against having young entrepreneurs thriving with businesses. So I think we have a governmental problem, and I think they should like reduce the policies, make it more friendly, make it more user friendly, young people friendly, broke people friendly.
Amazing. And now in terms of community, would you say that Kenya, being a Nigerian, has actually favored you in business?
Yes, I would say so. I would say if I started my business in Nigeria, I would have to like fight and compete with a lot of other big established businesses, names. But here, because we are not so many Nigerians here, there's such a close-knit community where if you're looking for somebody to buy something, they would come to you, because you're a Nigerian, I've met you, plus I've been here for a very long time, so a lot of people know me because I've grown here as a Nigerian. So I'm one of like, let's say, the first Nigerians to really like start a business in this country. The community here is so small and they are so supportive. Like everybody supports everybody. Anything you're selling, as long as a Nigerian knows that, oh, a Nigerian is selling this, they want to buy. Also, Kenyans are very supportive. Kenyans are supportive. They want to buy. If they like it, they don't care, oh, a Nigerian is selling, a Kenyan is selling. As long as they like what you're selling, then they're going to buy.
In terms of the future, where is Alata Suesue going?
Right now, I'm trying to take things slow because of, like I said, having to close down. I'm just trying to take things slow, trying to learn from my mistakes and apply things that I've learned into my business now. So I'm just trying to like slow and steady. Then, but in the long run, I would like to reopen somewhere like a nice seafood now. Nigerian food and seafood boil kind of spot, something nice. But my ultimate dream is to open a fine dining restaurant, like a Afrofusion fine dining restaurant. I see there aren't a lot of that, where we infuse Nigerian food with foreign culture and put that into fine dining.
What are some of the challenges that you've experienced while being here?
On a personal perspective, honestly, I've been here for so long, I don't even remember. I feel like I'm becoming Kenyan. I've already, I can do it mostly okay, I would say Swahili. I'm still learning how to speak Swahili. I don't really know much. When I first got here, I didn't really pay attention to learning Kiswahili, but now I'm putting more effort. So I would say, just communicating in Swahili. That's the... Yeah, and then the police sometimes.
Why seafood boil?
I used to, my ex, I used to make him this, he really liked seafood, and I used to make him these seafood platters, and he would love it so much. So after we broke up, I used to post those seafood platters on my page, and people would order, and they were always telling me, oh, this is so good, this is so nice. And after I closed my restaurant, that's the Nigerian food restaurant, I struggled a little bit financially. I really needed money. I suffered. And
you suffered?
Oh, it was bad. So I was like, what can I do? What is one thing that I like unique things. I don't like where I have to like compete with 1 million people for something, because I feel like I have so many ideas, especially when it comes to food. I have so many ideas of different things I could do that doesn't have to like do what everybody is doing. So I was like, what's something unique that I can do? Something that a lot of people like, but it's not so popular here. So I looked into it and I checked, okay, let me see the seafood. And then another thing I would say is, I am inspired by God. I know this might seem very cringy, but it's true. I feel like in my entrepreneurship journey, I have inspirations from God. It's not like I just know these things. There are sometimes, like when this one I'm talking about, I just prayed and I was like, what can I do? Because I don't know what to do. I don't want to do something that everybody's already doing. And after that, I started seeing the seafood mukbangs like all the time. I'm like, wait, I do make seafood boil. Let me see. So I did my research and I was like, okay, seafood boil bags, blah, 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 blah. What can I do? How do I put my own twist to it? And I was like, okay, this sounds very good. So another thing is, my spirit told me, try TikTok, like put it on TikTok, because I'm more active. My business was more active on Instagram. I didn't even have a TikTok account, but I was like, let me try. So I started being very active on my TikTok. I would run ads, and people were so interested in the seafood, but for a reason, like people really, really responded, and I'm like, okay. Then I now found out that there's no really seafood boil in Kenya. There are people selling seafood, but not the way the seafood boil is, like the mukbang that we all see that everybody craves. They don't make them like that. So I feel like that is where I now came in. That's where my power came in. So I'm usually inspired by God. Every single thing I do is an inspiration from God. I can just sit down like this and I'm just seated and the
idea comes.
And then another thing, I feel like entrepreneurs, when you have been called into an entrepreneurship business or into a business, you would know. Because you have an idea, you're given an idea, you don't work on it. The next thing you're seeing is 2 weeks later, somebody else is doing that exact same thing, and you would see it and the person would, and you'd be like, wow. It's happened so many times, so many times. Okay, for example, this Hilda Baci, she did this large pot of jollof. I would tell you that I have dreamt about doing something like that before. The exact, like a large pot of, but I just felt like,
it doesn't make sense. I don't have the resources. First of all, I don't have the resources for that, and it didn't even make sense to me. And so when she did it, I'm like, oh my God. So like God puts ideas into the same idea. I feel like God puts the same idea into different entrepreneurship minds, and whoever just picks up the idea and works on it is. So now when I get an idea, I don't sleep on it anymore. I just
bam, you do.
I just do it, and God always helps. As long as I don't give up in the middle, or I do the work. As long as I do the work and I don't give up, I always see the results.
So most of your customers come from social media?
Yes. All of them. Yeah, most of them.
Mostly TikTok
and Instagram.
So were there challenges that you faced while trying to get, for example, the raw materials to make it?
No, okay, that's what I was. I already, basically, it was not hard for me because I already had everything. I already knew where to get my seafood boil because I was already making seafood boil for people.
Yeah,
I was making seafood platters for people. I just wasn't making the seafood boil. You know, the American. I would say it came from America, right? The American seafood boil bags, the way they pour it on the table, you eat it with it. I wasn't making it that way. I was making something similar, but it wasn't that way. So all I did was rebrand.
What does a basic seafood boil contain?
So I would say a regular boil bag that goes for 2,500 contains crab, prawns, eggs. We have the sweet corn, then we have potatoes. Then we move on to the lobster boil bag, which is 3,500. That one comes with lobster. It's like the regular boil bag, but with lobster, a full whole lobster. Then we have a comprehensive menu. We have mussels, crawfish, just different things. With the menus are different. Yeah. So the more the menu progresses, the more the price increases, the more the things that comes in it.
Amazing. So for people who want to support your business, how can they reach you, and what should they expect?
Please support me. Buy what I'm selling. Don't let me go hungry. So please follow on Alata Suesue Alata_Suesue_Kenya on Instagram, then on TikTok, Alata Suesue Nigerian food.
So you've been in entrepreneurship for many years currently?
Since 2018.
Since 2018, so those are about 7 years. Advice to new entrepreneurs?
To new entrepreneurs, the worst you think would happen that is making you not want to start that business is going to happen, and you're going to survive. And then you will succeed. Basically, don't be scared of failing. If you've not failed at one thing, you've not learned lessons, and then you cannot proceed to the next thing that you need to learn. So don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of starting. And if you get stuck in the middle, it's okay to take a break. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty for taking a step back, for taking a break. Take a break, but don't give up. Take a break and continue again. Don't give up. Never give up. If you give up, somebody else will take your idea and start it, and then you feel bad. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And to your Niger people,
I love you. Thank you for always supporting me. Mwah.